Bellevue meetup square. Get comfortable with refreshments and finger foods. Please help yourself. Sorry to those out there in virtual world in our live stream. We don't have virtual finger foods for you, but we will savor the food here on your behalf. I thank you very much for joining us. Can I get a show of hands? How many people are here through the meetup.com page, please? Okay, so about 50% of us, 55% of us here will be. Thank you very much. Please take the time to jump in there and post any comments or acknowledgments or anything like that. I even encourage our guests, any of our presenters, to get on there and also make some comments because we want other guests and presenters to be able to see that we're representing those guests and presenters very well. I'm going to do a quick recap of what we did last week when we had Rashmi here, Rashmi Joshi, doing her e-valise modular for handbags, modular e-valises where if you have a big handbag and you have a whole bunch of clutter stuff and you a yes, and a module with yeah, compartment would open up and your wallet would be right there. So take a look at that at e-values.com. That's how you can see what our last presenter was doing. Last week we also had a little bit of time where we're practicing getting familiar with public speaking, getting comfortable with people around you, and also getting comfortable and dialed into your own vision, what the problem is that you see out there, why you are getting into business. Many of us are entrepreneurs, have started businesses, have started and sold businesses, and now starting other businesses. Feel for the article around and see if it is something that's viable. So I want you all to know this is a safe space. If you have ideas, patent them. If you have any ideas that you're concerned about how they're going to come up when you're speaking to other people, don't worry about it. Feel open to discuss things the way that you want to know that the person is listening to you. Know that I will listen to you, and if you have any cause for concern, comments, suggestions, anything like that, my ears are open. That's the one thing that I want to challenge myself with all the time. Talk to me, send me your messages. I want to be able to incorporate it into building this out to be a greater success. So what we did as an exercise last week, and this is something we're going to continue to iterate on as we move forward with this new plan for our meetup, is a 60-second pitch. Give an opportunity for individuals to stand up either in your area there, come to the front here and project out to folks, and tell us your name, the problem that you see out there that you're seeking to solve, what you think your solution to that problem is, and what resources you need, human resources or otherwise, to be able to take care of that solution, and then give your name once again. Basically a very simple thing. My name is Glenn. I have a problem that either I don't have enough people in my audience or I don't have enough feedback coming through on the website. My solution is to engage myself, learn a little bit more about the messages to be sent out through the meetup pages, through our website, make sure that the communication goes out there, and engage my listeners. What I do need is an intern, 2 interns, 3 interns who have expertise in either website design or website utilization. And once again, my name is Glenn, and I seek to solve the problem of lack of engagement or interactivity with my audience. Is there anybody out there who has a particular item that they seek to solve, that would like to introduce themselves and what you're working on? Anybody? Yes.
My name is Alex, and I'm I so and I especially like packs of 6, and it's a bad experience overall. So I'm trying to solve this. I started a company called unleashforever.com. So now you don't have to buy underwear anymore in your life. Doesn't have to buy underwear for you or your mom or girlfriend. So what I need is someone that has more experience in manufacturing, because I'm gonna full stack. I'm gonna make the underwear and sell it. Right? So I already created a brand. I already created a logo for search underwear. So I know the design, but I'm looking for people that one, know a marvelous designer, that is the pattern software for clothing or and people that know international commerce, to help me, open the door in China. I mean, it's a lot to learn. I used to make games for 20 years. I worked on Call of Duty, Spider-Man, and stuff. And I like done. So now it's what's my problem? I don't like money. So I'm going to solve that once and for all.
Thank you very much, Alex. Round of applause for Alex, please. Thank you for being a guinea pig on this. Anybody else? I will take any kind of pitch from last week as well if you want to refine it. Part of what we're doing out here is continuing to iterate and improve the quality of our pitches. I see Suresh.
Great memory. So the problem that I'm trying to solve is people, including me, we all feel that we do a lot of great things in our day-to-day weekly schedule. But when it comes to performance review time or or you love it and you always forget what all those great things we did, or what all great appreciations we got. Uh, and when you change your job, and you change your team, change your manager, that becomes even worse. And that's a problem I'm trying to solve, make it easy, simple, and easy for you accomplishments, and also be more recognized for what you do. If you're a business, this will be a tool for you to drive greater employee morale and employee engagement, which is very important for success of your business. I mean, very early stage, I have a technical partner too. They're building a prototype. Area where I need help is get connection to as many customers and users and HR people as much as possible. Because we like to know our customers and users as much as possible before we go too far building a solution for them.
Your name?
Sudesh.
Thank you very much, Sudesh. Sudesh has been here before, so he kind of understands the crowd's a friendly crowd. It's very good to hear that people have these issues and that they're looking for the solutions. Just a little bit of a shout out for the crew with Startup Bellevue and what we like to be able to foster people being able to support each other with the services that individuals need. So whether that's marketing services or business development services, we seek to find out whatever your pain is. Because if your pain needs a service, and in business development, that in itself is a pain. So being able to plan out the development of the business is going to be a pain. We anticipate that. But understanding what your particular pain is, the pain of putting underwear on billions of Chinese individuals, right? Or on you. The pain of being able to do that requires a particular set of resources. We want to be able to support those resources so that you can continue to build out your business and be successful. We'd like to be attached to your success. We'd like to be able to see you go out there and uh, throughout. Uh, and at the beginning of the summer, I actually did a lot of marketing for small businesses. Google people to make sure that your website goes fine there. Yeah. You know, it takes time for people to like an intern to all the services and then change the Google Plus, Google Locations Plus accounts and the new location. Uh, because when you move to a new location, it takes much more time and so much more money. Looks like we're already. That's what we're all about. Is remember that it's not just about having a dream and being able to sit in the dream and be in awe of what our minds can come up with, but it's also about a call to action. all about what is it that you want to do and how are you going to be able to have some of this kind of. Without any further ado, I really would like to bring a true visioneer here when it comes to business, someone who has a great deal that he's presented to crowds large and small, intimate, cozy crowds like this, has a great deal of business in corporate environment, also has a great deal of experience in the natural environment. The man is a true visioneer. His name is Graham Clark. Let's go ahead and represent with a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to see you guys all. And thanks so much for coming. Thanks so much to these guys and also the Microsoft store. Awesome that they can provide the space for us. So today I'm going to talk about direct response marketing. Now just to show hands, who downloaded the essential reference guide? Anybody out there? Okay. So I'm not really going to be talking too much about that stuff, but a lot of that is going to be in the presentation. So who's going to be into the B2B market space for startups? B2B, business to business. Okay, anybody in B2C, business to consumer? Okay, cool. Just to sort of see where everybody's at. So today what I'm going to talk about, the title of this is 7 Breakthrough Marketing Tactics for B2C startups and entrepreneurs. I could have called it 7 Breakthrough Tactics Funnel Design, because what I'm going to be talking about today is product funnels, and having product funnels to sort of like automate a business, just create a system out of your business. That's it. I'm just going to talk about how to make a business, turn it into a system, at which point you can sell it or walk away or just duplicate that entire process over again to another business. Let's take a look here. Okay, so just to sort of get down to it, 99% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. And interestingly enough, businesses don't fail because what they're selling isn't good enough, right? So every single business that fails has a great product. They fail because they don't have enough customers. That's it. So the idea of making the best product in the world and going to the market and selling it, maybe not the best approach. Because 99% of the guys with the best products still die. And it's important to remind us because if there were 99 of us in the room, which there isn't, only one of us would succeed in the first 5 years. That's just like the people who renew business meetings, that's like a bunch of statistics. That's a lot, which means it's really hard to start a business. But it's really easy to get customers, and that's why business fails. And that's what I'm going to show you what I've done to get customers in a really easy way. So David Ogilvy, this is a really awesome quote that I highly recommend writing. We might have to take an intermission here because the slides don't work. I don't want the slides here. Surface. So we have a surface breakdown here. It'll take just a minute, guys.
What we at Microsoft is 40
I know, right?
Yeah, if you want to get Travis, because Travis is the guy who can help us here. But I'll just keep going because we don't really need the presentation, so we'll let them figure it out. So this is a great quote that I think we should start this off. So David Ogilvy is considered the father of advertising. He said, in the modern world of business, it's useless to be a creative, original thinker unless you can also sell what it is that you create. All right? So regardless of what you create, it doesn't matter because if you can't sell it, you can't go anywhere. And what this means for entrepreneurs like us, business owners, is that a mediocre product will always outsell your best product with better marketing. That sucks, but it's true. It's always true. And it kind of means that your product quality doesn't matter, insofar as you can actually sell it through marketing, which is what we're going to be looking at here. So just to be really clear, we're going to be talking about marketing tactics. I'm going to assume that you guys already have the best product, whatever your particular niche is. It's perfect in every single way. All right? Yeah. Okay, so you guys have the best product in the world. Great. So now we're going to just go from there. And okay, another thing here is that as of today in 2015, as I speak, right now in Microsoft Store, it's never been harder to get somebody to buy, ever. It's never been hard. And the reason for this is because sophistication is so highly sophisticated, people are so over-communicated that none of our marketing signals are landing in the mind of our prospect. It's really hard to do that, even with the best marketing and advertising. So it's never been harder to get somebody to buy the first time. The first time, right? The first time. Now we actually need slides. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your help, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so again, mediocre product will always be outsold by, or always outsell an amazing product with better marketing. That's true. Over here. All right, so now we're going to talk about two different people with regards to these tactics that I'm about to talk about. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, we're only trying to reach two different people. We have a prospect, which is somebody who's never bought before, ever, and a customer. Same offer, a prospect and a customer converts differently with the same exact offer. Everything being equal, the customer converts at a much higher rate when we talk about conversion. So who can guess what the conversion rate of a customer is compared to a prospect? Anybody have any ideas? 10x? 10x is huge. Anybody else? What's that? 0.1, okay, which is actually a lot. When we're talking about advertising marketing, 0.1, it's measurable. Anybody else? Okay, so if it was 2x, if we presented the same offer to customer one was a prospect, 2x would be huge. 10x would be like mind-blowing, okay? But as of 2014, the industry standard conversion rate for customers was 24x. All right, this is the number across all industries, so this is kind of like an average across different companies. I mean, different markets and niches. But 24x, if you know that as a startup entrepreneur business owner, knowing that a customer will convert 24x, right, then our goal here should just be to sell our core product to customers, not to prospects. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, this is really, really, really important. And I would burn this into your mind. I want you guys to burn this into your mind. Because this is an incredibly important thing to really, really realize and to absorb. In business, the headaches are on the front end, and all the money is on the back end. So this goes back to this marketing funnel that I'm about to show you guys how to use. The system is a back end system. A marketing funnel, this marketing word, is the same as what's called a back end. Has anybody ever heard of back end product? Yeah, okay, so back end equals product line, same thing. Now, if you guys understand how to do this, the whole process of getting customers is really easy. 6 months ago, I had no customers. Now I made like $250,000. It's really easy. And I'll show you guys how I've done it, which is with this guy, product funnel. Now, every entrepreneur and business owner, they have what's called a flagship product. And if you guys are making products, this is what you guys have. Everybody has a flagship product. And let's just say that for my particular niche, what I want to show you guys my business, my flagship product costs between $139 and $189. Everybody has one of these. You guys know what this is. So when we look at the prospects, most business owners try to do this. They try to go out to cold market and pull out cold leads, cold prospects, people they don't know, like, or trust. Those are the three things you need in order to sell to something. Know, like, trust. If you don't got one of those, you have two, but not three, it's not going to work. This is a very difficult thing to do because as humans, it's not natural to buy something from somebody you don't know, like, or trust. And this amount of dollars represents high risk. But business owners are successful doing this and they make money, but not real money, not really fast. Because human psychology is not okay with, hey, I don't know you, but I want you to buy my thing for $150. It just doesn't work. So the way to do this is product funnel. A lead magnet for $0. Now, the lead magnet is something very specific. It's a small chunk of value that you provide in exchange for an email offer. I'm not going to get into like the different methods of attracting customers between like social media and email. Email's the best, all right? Email is the one you want to get. Everything that you do in business as an entrepreneur starting a business should be, how do I collect email addresses? All right? If somebody visits your site, and they'll come back. Email allows you to have them come back. So it's a small chunk of value, sort of like that guide. If you download that guide, PDFs, reports. These are lead magnets. They're low-risk items which allow the prospect to get information immediately for you to solve a problem for them, where you provide value up front. So this is the top end of the funnel, all right? In the middle of the funnel, you have your flagship product, whatever the flagship product is. In order to get people to come to the top of the funnel, we have to use lead magnets, which are zero risk offers for the prospect, all right? They download it for free in exchange for giving you an email. Any questions about lead magnets so far? Okay. So a lead magnet is an ultra-specific solution to something. So for example, I do photography. That's my niche, right? So I do so I have like 3 different lead magnets. The first one is 7 mistakes that photographers make, which is a beginner's guide to learning about photography technique. All right, it's a real good piece of content that I spent a lot of time to create. And this provides value up front for your prospect. White papers are popular if you're in like the SaaS industry or software as a service. A lot of them have white papers. So lead magnets are really important, and a lot of entrepreneurs don't have this. They just try to go from, you don't know me, like me, trust me, buy my product for a lot of money. And it might work, but it might not. And so this is great because the prospect begins to build a relationship with you, and that's all we're after here. We're just here to build a relationship with these guys prior to saying buy, 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 buy. That's what most business owners do. So if you're in the investing niche, top dividend stocks, Forex traders, MetaTrader tutorials, bloggers, top WordPress plugins, these are all downloadable PDFs. Content, not selling, which is very unintuitive because you would think that you just want to go sell. That doesn't work. The esoteric on is way too 2015 going forward, or they don't. These titles here for investors, forex traders, bloggers, these are important. So copywriting, testing, split testing, it takes a lot of time to get these right. But once you get the lead magnets, you're there. The second one is a tripwire. Now this is which is allowing the tripwire. Tripwire is the second part of the funnel, which virtually no business owner is using. So pass them around, open them up, take a look at them. This tripwire tactic, if you guys learn how this works and employ it in your business, do you remember how a customer converts at 24x what a prospect would? Right? All right. Tripwire. It's just designed to convert a prospect into a customer. That's it. At a very high rate, right? And it's not designed to make money. But a dollar amount should be there, because if they don't give you money, they're not a customer. The thing here that converts to a customer forever. They're never going to get that 24x your head if they convert now. Right. This is an example of this tripwire. All right, so I sell this on Amazon for $29. I sell these things for $29 on Amazon, and they have 258 Amazon. So when I do the advertising on Facebook, social proof, the actual cost is $29, $9.97, not to make money, right? Not to lose money, that wouldn't make any sense. But the point is actually not to make money, which is very unintuitive. The point is just to do for prospects and the customer. Sure, really, really. All right. So to have a successful tripwire product, it needs to be really low barrier to entry, because the problem here when trying to sell to other humans is that the risk level is way too high. That's why they don't buy. They don't buy because of what you have is not good enough. They don't buy because they trust you, which just is risk. Is that this changes the relationship from me saying, hey, by my, you don't know, like, you trust me, saying, hey, would you like a pack of gum? That's it. So I walk up to someone and say, hey, would you like a pack of gum? For $9 or whatever. They say, yes. It's like I have a competitor. I compete with 3 companies. Low-end market competitor, medium market competitor, high-end market competitor. My low-end market competitor, he makes these things, and he eats out of the profit that he bought and he gets from these things. I give them away for free. And it doesn't make any sense to my competitors because I'm not making any money. It's impossible. I actually lose a little bit of money on these. But I sell thousands of these for $9.97. And meanwhile, my competitor at the low end is eating out of this money. I'm just writing it off because I know that this product funnel is going to perform on the back end. I didn't know this when I first started it, but it does. It works. And very, very important is this last one. It has to have high actual value. So if you feel high quality, it's 62 cents a package to make this. It's a lot of money for packaging. And you know, it resembles Apple packaging. Pretty simple. I just did it the way Apple did it. Whatever it costs, I just did it. So it's very, very important to have the quality be very, very high in the tripwire product, even if you're not going to make money. Because the point is not to make money. It's to create a very high quality impression for the customer. Because the very next for this customer is to move down the funnel. And if the quality sucks, it's just not going to happen. So it's very, very important not to skimp out on quality when it comes to this thing, even though no money and revenue is coming from it. Or revenue, but not really any profit. All right, now this is sort of what's going on in the back end, like the marketing, business analytics side. This is what's happening. So we have 2 different kinds of prospects. One took the tripwire product, which could be as low as $1. It could even be 1 cent. As long as 1 US cent is exchanged, customer. So really the amount doesn't matter. It just needs to be something. Otherwise, they're still a prospect, and they don't convert to 24x. So do you guys see how the 24x engages once they become a customer? And that first interaction can be obtained even by a pack of gum. All right? So pulling them off to the flagship product doesn't work. But check this out. Tripwire product to the flagship product, 24x. It's great. So I never sell stuff directly to my flagship product because my flagship product is $100. It doesn't work. But tripwire product to the flagship product, it works. Great. All right. So one more sort of summary. Tripwire ahead here because you can see that there's a level that we're going to jump to flagship products. Again, this is what everybody has. Everybody has a flagship product. What is a flagship product? This is the one where you, as an entrepreneur and business owner, you're making this one strategically and specifically to make a lot of money. This is where we want people to be, where they after they're finished with your product. This is all right. Everybody has one, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. But this is the one where, and if sold in high volumes, it's going to generate a lot of money. All right, so now let's just get directly to the core products. Now, the core products are not really necessary. It's not an absolutely required step here. But what it does is that it allows you to position your flagship products in a much better light. So, for example, I have low quality products, which are in the tripwire, which is what we're looking at here in the white box. Core products, which competes with all of my other mid-market competitors. Okay, and my flagship product, which is competing above my highest competitor. Now, the core product is the market, is the general market. This is like the mass market. And everybody, no matter which industry you guys are in, whichever kind of niche or market you're in, you have a low, medium, high market, probably. Unless you're like in diamonds, maybe not. Or, you know, maybe there's some kind of exception, but most markets have low, medium, high. Does anybody not have a low, medium, high market? Okay, so everybody has a low, medium, high market. So this is attacking mid-market. Tripwire, low market. Flagship product, high market. You guys see how that works? And finally, we have the profit maximizer. This is the thing where you charge a ridiculous amount of money for, and consulting, for example, is a great one. All right. So if you do some kind of software as a service, or if you do some kind of product, you can actually sell services. Just do it for them or something. You know, me, I sell photography equipment, and I just sell widgets in the photography space, and I do workshops that cost $3,000. All All right. Now, as you get a tripwire, you're just churning customers. And a very surprising number will just go for it. There's a lot of affluent people out there. And depending on your market, you have a high degree of affluent customers where you don't. This may or may not make sense if you don't have affluent customers. The photography niche is very male, middle class, or upper middle class people. If you're like in the diamond niche, then you probably do. So this is a very, very important one because very few people make a lot of money when you have this one. And it positions all your products below it in a very positive light. It repositions everything very well when you have something very, very expensive. So it's typically 10 to 100x what your product just below is. And it will only appeal to 2% of people. But if you have 1,000 people, 1,000 customers, that's a lot when it comes to how much you're going to be selling it for. All right, so this is what it looks like for the revenue from each level. Lead magnets are free, they don't cost anything. So there's no revenue. Tripwires, around 20%, core products 30%, flagship products 40%, profit maximizers 10%. This could be different, it's definitely different depending on the market. Generally speaking, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have a lot of revenue from tripwires, but there's no net profit, right? No, that just pushes people into core products and flagship products. So, but check this out. Again, most entrepreneurs and business owners, they only have flagship products. So take a look. This is all they got. So they're unable to rapidly convert prospects into customers. And this is actually fine. I mean, out of $100, if you got 40%, and do that over everything, that'd be a lot of money. But without a fleshed out product funnel that's well optimized to the needs of the people that you're serving, 40% is not as much as 100%. So, and the good news is that your competitors, they're only here. That's the great news. Most of your competitors, all of my competitors are here. I go after markets where they only have this. Markets that are highly vulnerable. And if you're where you know that your competitor only has flagship products and they don't have this complete product funnel, it means that they're very, very vulnerable. And those are the best kind of competitors to have. Okay, so let me turn to my example. Okay, so in my market, I have low market, mid market, high market. My low market is around $30. Mid market is between $30 and $100, and the high end market for my market is $100 to $150. So these are the different price segments within my market. So you have your kind of price segments too. So think about what your market is. B2C, B doesn't matter. What are your market segments? What is your market segment for this? So you do underwear, right? Okay, so underwear like cotton, and they also do silk, right? Okay, got it. But you just have like the stuff at Costco, right? Low market. Then you have the normal stuff at Gap, mid market. Then you have ones made out of silk, probably. I don't know. Okay, great. So high market. What about you? You have a certain identity, right? Okay, so yeah, some markets only have high-end stuff. You know what I mean? If you're doing B2B stuff, a lot of it is only high-end stuff. But there is really high-end and high-end. So even within that, there are some. But this is what my market looks like, and this is the example that I'm going to show you guys. Because in the last 6 months, I've attacked this market very successfully with very basic marketing principles, the ones I'm just talking about right here. So my market looks like this. So I have 3 competitors. So if you guys remember the previous slide, Tiffin, they're in the low market. Hoya, mid market. E plus W, high market. There's nobody in the high market, right? But notice how each of these competitors have their own market segment. They don't actually traverse. And this is very true among most markets. Most businesses, they just occupy a certain segment, and that's them. They don't traverse, all right? BMW, for example, they don't traverse. Mercedes doesn't traverse. Chevy doesn't really traverse. Companies occupy a specific market segment, and they typically stay within them, all right? So, and that's a really good thing when it comes to business, starting businesses, because you can attack all of them at once with the right positioning. So this is what my market looked like 6 months ago. This is what it looks like now. So the X1 X2 and X3. That's the product names. It's complete dead center. Really cliche names. But they work really great because it allows the customer to understand low, mid, high. All right? X1 goes directly after Tiffany. X2 goes directly after Hoya. X3 B plus W, and then the X3 the other one. But notice how neither of them compete with each other, but they're all competing with me. Now, remember from the tripwire, the X1 UV, I'm not making any money. All I'm trying to do is just fill Tiffany. I just want them to go away. They have a lot of transactional volume. They churn out really bad products and have a lot of customers. So I just want to churn out a whole bunch of great products and not other customers. So again, the point of the X1 or the tripwire, whatever it is in your respective market, not to make money. Just to kill that competitor. You don't want to eat out of the money that you make from that one. You just want to churn the customers out. That's it. So this is like a guerrilla tactic that allows you to get your customers, get your competitors' customers. So, but even though it sounds guerrilla on the surface, businesses do this all the time. So McDonald's, I don't go there, but I see it on, I'm driving by, $1 for any drink size. That's a tripwire. Do you think that they're making a lot of money? Probably not. No, but they are getting you to do cross-sells and upsells. So Amazon does this with Kindles. Prices are so damn low. For example, when you're buying a Kindle on Juicy, like if you book on Juicy, they'll upsell or cross-sell you to a juicer for like $300. All right, so tripwires are being used all the time, mainly by big businesses. But you will use them in a startup in a very guerrilla way like this, and your competitors, it's really hard for them to get you, especially like the Tiffins of the world. So again, they're eating out of the money that you're not. All right, so this is UV filters. This is another kind of market segment I'm in. Very similar, but you'll see here we got Hoya B plus W. So I positioned one of my products in between them, and then the X3 is above my highest competitor. So this is what the funnel looks like. And if you remember the lead magnet and tripwires, that's pushing people down the funnel. Right? You don't see the trip, I haven't included them on the slide. People are coming in from the top. So again, I'm not asking people to come in from the side and say, hey, don't know me, go buy my thing for $150. Doesn't work. That's what most startup businesses and entrepreneurs do. Maybe it works, but it doesn't work at 24x. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to talk about, kind of unrelated to the product funnel, is product creation. Because this is where, unless the product, remember I said I assume all products are perfect. You guys have the best product in the world. Unless the product is actually great, none of this stuff matters at all. It doesn't matter one bit. Because unless the product is actually the best in your particular niche, whichever vertical you're in, right? Underwear, socks, photography, it doesn't matter. Widgets. Just call them widgets. If your widget isn't the best, nothing works. Now, from San Francisco, we have lots of events like this, which is great. You can go into like a speed dating, like startup entrepreneur with VC, hundreds of tables with startup guys and VCs walking around, right? And you'll see it all the time that everybody thinks that their product is the best. But again, the best product doesn't win. Only the one with the best marketing. It's really impressive, especially for creators of products like us. If we create products, we want to make the best one, but it doesn't win. So, Eugene Schwartz wrote the book Breakthrough Advertising, which is considered the best marketing book of all time. He's considered the best copywriter who ever lived. And he created an entire marketing era just by himself. So Breakthrough Advertising is the book. So you want to download and read it, I highly recommend it. It's like an instruction manual for starting a business. If you do something that the book says not to do, you're going to die. The book is that simple and that straightforward, and it's like an instruction manual on how to start a business. The most important thing that I got from it was on the very first line, the very first page, which is don't try to create demand. It would be impossible for any one entrepreneur to spend enough money to actually create product demand. He dies if he tries to run a business with 99%. So if you try to create demand, you're part of the 99% and you just die. That's it. So now this is behavioral psychology, by the way. It's not philosophy, right? This book is just as relevant today as it was when it was written in the 1950s, because it's a book full of, right? It's the art of how to influence other humans, essentially. So this will always be true, always. as long as we're talking about humans buying things. And right now, so that was the copywriting era. Right now, we're in what's called the positioning era of marketing and advertising, which means that you look for the solution to your product or problem inside the customer's mind, not your own. With outside coming in, not inside going out. Which means this process of building a great product is actually really easy. Really, really easy. I don't really care about filters. It's not like my precious idea. It's not. I just went out to the world, I created a meetup group. I have 1,500 people now, just like this, meetup group. And just to study the behavior of who would be my customers. And I just simply asked them, what do you guys want? And they said, we want a hamburger with fries. I said, hey, wait, I want to go make it, and I brought it back. That's it. And so by turning the process around and by focusing on the prospect rather than the product inside of you, you simplify the whole process a lot. The customers, they're like, wow, that's great for me. Not for you, you're trying to sell me. What startup entrepreneurs do, especially in San Francisco, in that scenario where you got the VC guy running around all the tables. Everybody says, I crush this, like Gollum. You know Gollum in Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Everybody, like in the core of their being, startup entrepreneurs have this great idea from the depth of their core, and they externalize it into a product, and then try to go to the market. That doesn't work. Or maybe it does in some cases, but that's not the easy way to do it. So how do you do it? It's really simple. You just survey hundreds of people within your target market. It's kind of a lot of work, but it works great. And you kind of have to be like an anthropologist in a way when you do this. All right? And anthropologists study an alien civilization. The nuances of human behavior is what we're looking at. You got to be like professional researcher, not for very long, but just information within your market to know. So again, I did this in my business by creating landscape photography set, which is a landscape photography video, very specific to my market. I'm only interested in outdoor, not sports photographers, not wedding photographers, not anybody, because that's the most hype photographer out there. I'm not affluent, but I am an outdoor photographer, so I'm passionate about that area of photography. I'm not really passionate about filters per se, but I am passionate about the industry that I'm in. And creating actual. So I have 1,542 photographers. I'm asking questions. I get to see what their age is, what their gender is, their race, their language, words, cars, the way they speak, the words that they use. I use the words in advertising. When I'm writing ads, I can actually speak more directly to my target customer because I'm listening and interacting with these people. So when they read the ads, they're like, wow, sounds like you created that for me. And so it's a really simple process, but you gotta be able to ask, you gotta be able to work from the outside in and create your product. Now, when you do that, you create something called the customer avatar. I'm not gonna talk about that now. Search on the internet, customer avatar. Evan Payton is one of the best marketing guys alive right now who created this idea. And basically what you do is you take all those people, all those survey results, all that information to one person. Generalize. That way, when you do the marketing and advertising to your best product in the world, you're reaching the right people. So, for example, through my research, my target customer is a white male between the age of 35 and 55 who makes over $100,000 a year, who's typically retiring soon, who has a hobby, which is photography, and he wants to make a living from it, but he doesn't really know how. He's kind of a beginner. He has a lot of money, and he's willing to learn. And he wants the best equipment, even if he doesn't really know how to use it. That's why I'm reaching. Which means that the most important part of this whole process is actually the very end, marketing and advertising. So when I advertise on Facebook, who do you think I advertise against? Only white males between the age of 35 and 55 who only live in North America, who only speak English. Are you guys seeing this? So basically, I'm only advertising to my 80% of the market. I'm just cutting the 20%. I don't want to. Just not focus on that. You just focus directly to the 80. That way, the message lands directly to them, right? So after you create the customer avatar, things like advertising are really, really easy. But until you create the customer avatar, until you get that research done, you're just following this little precious thing, like you have your own idea, but you don't really know who you're trying to reach. Now, if you're doing B2B, ignore everything I just said. This is all B2C stuff. right? BB is going to be way different. So yeah, you don't want to be like this, right, guys? And this is how I am actually when I'm creating products. I first started out with tripods, right? Because I wanted to make the best tripod, make it out of titanium and better carbon fiber, made in Japan. There's all the ones that are out there right now. But the demand is a lot less than filters for tripods. Competition is way higher, and people don't want better tripods. They're happy with what they got. So, that's the road I was headed down. I'm glad I didn't, but you got it. Filters, on the other hand, have so much more demand. They're a lot less interesting, though. They are. These filters. Yeah, but for every photographer, they have multiple lenses. Multiple lenses means more filters. For every photographer, they only have one tripod. So my ratio of products to humans is like 4:1 as opposed to 1:1. Right? So really, you just want to go for the thing that has the most demand first. That's where you start when it comes to product creation. Because the product funnel that we went through, it doesn't work unless the product is good enough to reach people. All right, so just to sort of summarize everything, the business owner who builds a system automatically wins. System, all right? And once you have a system, you can focus all of your energy on marketing and innovation. And the product funnel is something that most business owners don't have, so they don't really have a fleshed out system. Once the system that we looked at is complete, you just drop advertising money on the top, and for every dollar you spend, you get like $4. So how many times would you repeat that if you spent $1 and got $4? Over and over and over again, right? But that doesn't work unless there's a product funnel. And again, it very rarely works to drive traffic, and I've tried this, directly to a flagship product if they don't want to trust you, which is what most product entrepreneurs are doing. So that's pretty much it. So basically, just to sort of summarize everything, product funnel is very, very important. Let me see if I can move up here. And the tripwire product is something that I'd highly recommend you guys, which industry or market you're in, because that's what your competitors are not doing. The tripwire product, I saw $9.97. It allows me to rapidly convert prospects and customers at a very high rate. They just go down the funnel. And really, you don't want to make a lot of money with customers. He who gets the most customers wins. That's it. So the business owner who's able to spend in the competition to acquire a customer wins. And tripwire product, as much money as you want, as long as not to lose money, just for the purpose of converting people into customers. Any customer? Any questions? Does anybody want to
I'd like to know if there's a question.
Yeah,
Right here up front.
why don't you go first? The way I got all this started was I went to Kickstarter. I didn't want to get investors. I didn't want to get any VC guys. Something like 30% actually deliver or something. So it's a huge amount of risk. So I did the Kickstarter, but I did it with a little bit different approach, which was I already made everything and I was going to start the business without Kickstarter. And I was at a startup incubator working at a hardware incubator. All the guys around me were doing Kickstarter, and they said, you already have a finished product, just go do Kickstarter. So no, I didn't necessarily need it. I did it anyways because it allowed me to get way more manufacturing much quicker. And for anybody who's ever considering doing Kickstarter, what I learned is if you go to Kickstarter with a complete finished product, and you say, hey, I made this thing already, and if you give me money, I can make more. That works. But if you go to Kickstarter and say, hey, I have this idea, but I don't know how to do it. If you give me money, I might be able to figure it out. No, that doesn't work. So what I learned is that, and I'm going to be doing none, if it's already complete. In other words, if all the risk has been removed, because that's what it is, it's risk. And the person who's giving money, they want to get the stuff. They give you money in exchange for a widget. So the widget's complete, it's finished. Anyways, now fast forward now, I got $150,000, which turns out to be nothing, by the way. I have to pay 27% to the government, and $30,000 to a celebrity that didn't pan out, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Did get it started for me in terms of churning customers. I came away with Kickstarter with not much money. I kind of went a little bit on negative too, it was really close to the line, but I came away with tons of customers. I didn't really make much money, but I started with a huge amount of 24x. Right? So I did get started with that. And by funnel with those guys, I had thousands of 24xers all over the place, just to drop into the funnel. So that's how I got started building a customer base, and getting customers, rapidly converting prospects to customers.
As it relates to a Kickstarter campaign, let's say you're positioned well by removing risk, you have the product is already together, your widgets are together. Is there any particular strategy or tactic that you would use within the campaign to plant, like for the rewards section of it, plant that as a tripwire element?
As long as they're getting money over 1 cent, they're a customer. So the tripwire, so as long as they get money, they're now customers. Is that
Yeah. So the idea here is if you're going to do a Kickstarter campaign and you're trying to attract people to continue to contribute, a theory that you have that might actually institute some kind of a tripwire level of donation or contribution that would give such a reward that's easy to deliver.
Yeah, very good question. I did that with an ebook. So I sold an ebook for $5. That was the tripwire in the process. So if we were to put the products that I had in the Kickstarter on a funnel like this, I had a complete funnel in the Kickstarter, starting with an ebook for $5. And so that was people who said, I like your idea, but I don't really, I'm not a photographer or something, but they want to get some money. Well, they're not customers, right? So I did use the tripwires in the Kickstarter for people who weren't going to go for a filter, which in my case I was asking for $100, which is pretty high risk to go from I don't know you to I don't know if you're going to deliver it on $100. Yeah, good question. Yeah. So December 2014 was when the Kickstarter completed, like 6 months ago. And I started selling on April 20th, first selling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since it was so recent, what led you to choose Kickstarter versus Indiegogo?
Yeah.
Since Kickstarter, you don't hit your goal, you get nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Very good question.
Indiegogo, you get everything.
Yeah, very good question. So his question was, there's 2 different platforms, Indiegogo and Kickstarter. The way it works is that Indiegogo, if I ask for $10, and I get 7, I get $7 on Indiegogo. On Kickstarter, I asked for $50,000. If I got $49,999, I get nothing. That's why the risk is so high. So to answer your question, in the photography niche, Kickstarter is much larger. Yeah, that's why. There's just more demand in Kickstarter. But there's a lot more risk as well, but the demand is just so much higher in my particular niche. I know that for other niches, Indiegogo is more popular.
Would you say that's because it's hardware in your niche, the photography niche? It's not so much about the art side of the photography, but it's the hardware side of it, that it goes to Kickstarter instead of Indiegogo, which features a lot more art?
I think that most of the top 10 most funded Kickstarters, a lot of them are photography stuff. So for whatever reason, in the photography world, it's just known to be a bigger platform. A recent Kickstarter photography project got $4 million. So in the photography world, out of 10 photographers, most of them probably won't know Indiegogo. So just a demand. Yes.
So the funnel concept is great when you have hardware and you have very expensive items. What you are SaaS services.
Yeah. Is if you have a SaaS-based product, software as a service, how would you do this? So for that, a really great example that I can think of is Asana. Asana is a project management application for San Francisco. They say up to 30 people is free. There's no risk at all. 0 risk, which means they're only looking for B2B stuff. But what they're doing is they're churning huge B2C transactions, free. So in other words, they have so many customers. They are customers, even though they're not changing money, because they're delivering value, high amount of value, and it's a system that works. So Asana started by saying, if you're less than 30 people, it's free. There's a lot of businesses who are less than 30 people. Only wants B2C guys who are over 30, which is great because they're only targeting one specific kind of person. And how many people got on there and kind of buzz it created by giving something that should cost money away for free. That's it, for free. Great idea. So offering something for free or something so low dollar to convert it into a prospect, that's all the funnel needs to get started. But the funnel doesn't start unless there's some kind of monetary transaction, 1 US cent or more. And Adobe is great for this. Adobe and Netflix are like the best SaaS-based subscription models. Now, the product funnel is very, very flat. It doesn't look like this because Netflix is like $9 or whatever it is, right? They don't, with their flagship product is also their tripwire product. That's why it works. No. No, so like for example, if we were to just take the best SaaS guys out there, which is probably Adobe and Netflix, I can't think of another one that's probably bigger than those, billions of dollars of transactions. And if you think about Adobe, this is great because these guys were producing Photoshop for $700 edition. That's it. For years, for decades. They sold Photoshop for $700 a piece, a box. It cost $700. Now they sell it for $997. Yeah, so they're making way more money because now they're able to eliminate piracy and they're able to get some of the recurring revenue models. And recurring revenue models are huge. And that's a completely different kind of funnel, you know, B2B and that kind of thing, and software as a service than the physical widgets, which is what I'm talking about. But notice that their tripwires are their flagship products, and that's a great way to do it. Yeah.
So the stats that we give up.
What?
T-shirts,
So a tripwire product is designed to convert prospects into a customer. And as long as it's 1 cent or more, a monetary exchange converts them into a customer, whether they know it or not. Usually they don't know it. But if I buy a pack of my gum, so low risk, it doesn't seem like you're a customer, but now you're 24x. You are 24 times more likely to buy it, even if it's just a little bit, because the human act of giving money is so risky that if they overcome that risk, they get money again. If that answers your question. Yeah. Yes.
No, join me, fun.
You do clothing, right? Okay. The problem is that you're in such a highly competitive market that it's very difficult to break in unless you sell something for so low risk that they buy it anyways because they need one. And now you got the 24x. So for you to say something like, hey, this is what I do with these. I say, I accidentally made too many. Or I don't say actually, I made too many. We have an overstock. Intentionally made too many. Way too many. In other words, an indicator of I have an overstock. And when it's gone, the price is back to normal. For a limited amount of time constraints, and here's the social proof. Other people like it. Those 3 things make it fly. Because it's so low offer, because it's so low risk, $9.97, it's an impulse buy. But we gotta have things like scarcity, time constraint, social media, like the checkbox where hey, I have 3 pairs of underwear only while the overstock promotion is running. If you ran this on Facebook, to only guys who are between the age of 25 and 32, right? All races, you know what I mean? Only in New York, Seattle, LA, San Francisco, only affluent places, right? Because non-affluent cities, they don't care about what kind of underwear you have. But if I'm just thinking out of the box, but if you have like styles, I mean, I know because my friend has a sock startup with like stripes and stuff. Only like techies, affluent techies are into that kind of stuff. So anyways, you gotta drill down really tight. I would just do more. I would just start with the most expensive, always. Start with the highest, most expensive phone. Well, so to answer your question, whether you go mid-market, below market, mid-market, high market, it doesn't matter. So you'll soon find which market you're going to be in, which price segment you're going to be in, but that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is just converting prospects into customers. That's it. That's what matters. So after you've decided which price segment you're going to be in, no matter which one you choose, the goal after that's going to be the same, which is just how to get the most customers, because 99% of businesses fail for the first 5 years, not because what they have sucks, they have the best, but because they don't have enough customers. So that's the only thing we're looking at, is just converting those prospects into customers. Yeah. So if you only have one thing, you have to convert it into a tripwire for a limited time. Because all you're looking to do is lower the risk enough to where they buy. That's it. And it doesn't matter how you do it, you just got to do that, whatever that is. No, it can't be free. You can't make it free, otherwise they're not a customer. So it has to be. Oh, okay. Sure. As long as you're giving your money, it's change. Excellent.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Graham Clark. If you want to view his photography and be a little bit more inspired to get out there and buy some filters, you can go to grahamclarkphoto.com. If you want to check out breakthrough.photography, that's another one of his websites. Please do check those out. Stick around, please. We're going to have a little bit of mixing, some networking. We're also going to do some photos. We have a photographer here who's going to take some photos, maybe some head shots, a fruit shot, or something like that. And once again, our space host here, Microsoft. The Microsoft Store at Bellevue Square. I want to thank all of our viewers out there online. If you can't make it to any of these meetups, please do go to startupbellevue.com/live stream. You can participate from that side there. We're going to build out some more social media interactions too, so that you'll be able to communicate with us. We may even take some questions from over the wire and present them in the live group here so that you can be represented. Meetup.com, for those of you who are Meetup members, please do go online and make a comment, suggestion, anything like that. For those of you who are not Meetup.com members, that are not part of this group, please do take the time to sign up there so that you can have your voice heard there too. It helps us to build out our initiatives here. I want to thank my crew as well. I want to thank Omer, who is usually our tech guy, who is now with us remotely in, I believe, Cincinnati through the live stream. I want to thank, especially want to thank lovely Alicia here. Let's get a round of applause for her. She helps to coordinate this. Without her, we fall. Without Sid, our CEO, gracious individual here with a great deal of fire to help get this mission going. Thank you very much. I want to thank our interns as well. I want to thank Brock here. I want to thank Grant as well, and everybody else who continues to pour in week after week to help make these events a success. Thank you very much. What's that again? Yes, so we have an event on the 24th this month. Where is that event going to be held?
Microsoft Visitor Center.
At the Microsoft Visitor Center at the Microsoft campus in Redmond. Is everybody familiar with that? Building 92. For all of you current or ex-Microsofties. On the 24th. So mark your calendar. We'll make sure that we post something on our website and or on the Meetup site as well. Please do stick around. There may be some more refreshments, get some photos here, and chat amongst yourselves. See if you can make some viable connections there. Thank you so much. My name is Glenn. You can email me, Glenn@startupbellevue.com. Thank you so much. Yes, yes.
But what were you? It's up to you. You're the pro. All right, here's another.
Services,